today we're going to discuss about the Honor 70 and we're going to see if this mid-range device is actually worth buying it. So let's start with the design. When it comes to the design, it's really beautiful. I really love how the design goes on this thing, especially how the screen looks. You know, you do have a little bit of bezels here on the bottom, but you know, that's nothing to worry about. The device is very slim. It's really beautiful to look at, and it's really beautiful to use it. How it feels in the hands, everything. The only thing that I don't like is the volume button and the lock button, which are over here. They are a little bit sharp, so you do feel it when you do like this. But other than that, you know, the phone is amazing. You have one speaker, unfortunately, so no double speaker. The earpiece is not a speaker on this device. You have fast charging, so this device will get fully charged in less than an hour, which is amazing for the price that you're going to see. But it has some good and it has some bad. So let's talk about the good things first. The device is very responsive. If you want to play games, to be fair, I will literally just put you some gameplay right now from Call of Duty and Genshin Impact. How you can see in Call of Duty, I don't have any problem. There is no lag. Everything is running very well. And I will leave the gameplay for you to run and to have an idea if you get lag with time.
Contact with enemies. Target down.
And now in Genshin Impact, how you can see that you have a little bit of stutter, a little bit of lag over there, but then you can still play the game on a device which costs less than $120 if you can get a good deal. So I think it's worth it.
Depletes stamina, and depleted stamina takes time to recover. Okay, let's take the route we planned. We're off to a Statue of the Seven.
Now the battery on this device is literally more than 1 day. So every single night when I'm going to charge, I still have about 30-35% of battery, which is amazing. And I do use it a lot. I use it a lot for YouTube, I use it a lot for TikTok, I use it a lot on Spotify, and I play games a lot. Well, not as much in real life, but I only play this so I can test the battery and stuff, because I thought, you know, the battery is way too well. And I think I managed to understand why. So the software, how you know, Honor use macOS, right? Now what this software does is like a copy of iPhone. So if you're not using an application, you will put it to sleep, which has a really annoying feature, they call it, which it literally like made me crazy sometimes. So let's say like this: if you get a message on WhatsApp, right, the moment you get a message, you will receive a notification. The problem with the software is that because it's putting WhatsApp to sleep, you will never receive that notification unless you manually open the application, which in this scenario it's a real bummer. So you have to go into settings and go into WhatsApp, and then every single app just say that battery optimized, don't put it to sleep, don't put no restrictions, which is pretty annoying. But other than that, you know, the device is fine. All you have to do is just select the apps that you don't want to be put to sleep, just put them with no restrictions, and then your phone will work perfectly. Now another thing that I kind of like, but I'm not that much. So the camera on this device has some beauty feature, let's call it like this, that they are automatically on when you turn on the device, when you take it from the box. So these beauty features, they are not the best. I think they're trying to replicate Huawei, because, you know, Honor was a brand of Huawei, right? So they're trying to replicate, but the camera on this device is not even close. So the front facing camera, for example, I'm not a big fan of it. For the price, yes, I love it, but coming from like a Pixel or stuff like this, then you will see the difference. While the recording camera, for example, oh no, sorry, let's talk about the photo on the back. The photo on the back, they're pretty decent. You get good lighting unless you're in a darker spot. The moment you get to a darker spot, then the device will know, and then you'll realize that the picture is not the best. Now, this device, I don't have too much to say because it's a mid-range device, and I'm not a channel that talks about specs. I don't care about specs, I care about real life using. So you will be able to play all the games, you won't be able to emulate games. So I did try to emulate like a PSP using a PSP emulator for Android, and for some reason the game just crashed with no question. It just crash every time. Might be a software issue, might be application issues. I couldn't make it work. I tried to play a PS2 or a Game Boy, I couldn't make it work. The only one that it was working, it was a NES emulator, but I'm not a big emulator fan, and I'm pretty sure most of the people who's going to buy this device are not going to use it for gaming. They want a good device to use it on a daily basis. And for web browsing, watching a movie or YouTube videos, how you want it, listen to music, is pretty good. The only thing that I can complain about is because it has only one speaker. Listening to music on the speaker, it's not the best. This is the maximum volume on this device, and it's not that loud. In headphones, it's pretty decent, you get pretty good quality, but to listen to music on the speaker, it's not the best. Now, because the device is so slim, it's so beautiful, it looks so modern, right? It will give the impression that it's more expensive. You get the impression that this device is top-notch, which it's not. You can see it in the display a little bit. Sometimes it doesn't go bright enough outside in the sun, but other than that, for daily use, the device is amazing. I will fully recommend if you're not a gamer. Even though you can game on this device, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to recommend it for gaming. The reason is every single application gets updates, and including games, especially those two that I just tried, Genshin Impact and Call of Duty, they do get updates. Now, Call of Duty is running fine at the moment, and I'm using HD graphics on Call of Duty, so just to make that clear, it's running fine at the moment, but then with time I receive more updates and it will put this device to shame. While Genshin Impact, it's already having starters and having some problems there, so I'm not fully recommending it for gaming. If you don't game but you want for other things like messages, for example, chat with people, which by the way the keyboard is pretty good. It's using Microsoft Swift key in the original one. You can change the keyboard to like a Google one. I still with the original, even though I hate Microsoft Swift key, I'm staying with it so I can have an idea how it will be from the box, the original experience. And most of the people that I buy, they don't even know how to change the keyboard, so I stay with this one. It's a pretty decent keyboard. The only thing that I hate about it is that you don't have any haptic touch on the Swift key automatically by default, so you have to turn it on. I didn't turn it on, I left the original experience how it's coming, and for me not having the feedback, it was a little bit like not a big fan, but still. Now this device is running on Magic OS 7.1 with Android 13, and it's not officially if we're going to get Android 14 on it, so there's no official releases, no official update. I didn't saw nothing on the internet. I tried to search for something on Google, but I couldn't find, so I can't say if you're going to receive Android 14. But for the price, 128 gigabytes of storage, an amazing display, an amazing battery life, a fair camera, right? Especially if you have a good lighting, it's a really good camera, for the price. I can say, go for it, buy it. It's a pretty good fall. For this price, Honor managed to make it perfectly. The only thing that I don't like is the skin. You can use a different launcher, but then the moment you use a different launcher, the swiping will not work anymore. So you will have the buttons here, which I don't understand why they're doing things like this. I'm pretty sure it's an Android limitation, but from what I knew, that limitation was removed in Android 11. This one runs Android 13, so I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, for the price, slim design, actually kind of beautiful design. I mean, if you compare this with like a Pixel 7 or 8 for example, this phone is 10 times better than that one when it comes to design. So yeah, I will fully recommend if you guys can afford something better or you don't want to spend the money on something better, look for Honor 70. It will worth it. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.